The Trailblazers back, Kevin Holland, and he gets Reinier de Ridder, man. Not a good stylistic matchup for him. The other thing that's also interesting is moving back up to 185 and just taking a fight, because a fight is a fight, and that's what fighters do, right? But I think this is interesting, man, because as I alluded to in the beginning of the program, this one on both sides, I think it end in 60 seconds. Like, Holland standing can knock de Ridder out cold, like a nasty, devastating knockout. Then again, de Ridder could just grab him and then it could be over, right? Like, to me, this is like a Derek Brunson, Kevin Holland fight, pretty much, all over again. The only difference is de Ridder doesn't have fantastic wrestling. He's a submission grappler, right? So, like, he's more of a jiu-jitsu guy. Kevin Holland, dangerous on the feet. AJ, what can Kevin Holland do to Reinier de Ridder when de Ridder made GM3 look like he was a Golden Glove boxer on the feet, bro? Like, de Ridder was getting pieced up a little bit. He had his moments, but GM3 looked way too good in that fight for me not to think that Kevin Holland can do disgusting, devastating things to this man. What do you think?
Well, especially with the speed and the power and not having to cut all the normal weight that Kevin Holland has, man, he looks really, really good in this fight. I'm definitely expecting him to just work the jab, work the distance. And with how big de Ridder is, that's one of the things that worries me right here for this kind of fight. I mean, Kevin Holland, we know he's able to jump up, but he doesn't always fare best at 185. So if Kevin Holland wants to put some damage on him, he's got to do it early. He's got to get de Ridder uncomfortable and not willing to take a shot, right? Or get a takedown of any sorts. I don't expect de Ridder to be shooting double legs or anything, but I do think if Kevin Holland can avoid the cage, circle out, keep the movement, get de Ridder tired like how we saw him in that GM3 fight, Kevin Holland looks really good right here.
When I first saw this matchup pop up, I said Kevin Holland free money all day right here against de Ridder, until I realized 185 pounds, where Holland historically hasn't really been able to stay off of his back in these matchups. But more important than that, de Ridder's going to do one thing. He is going to shoot doubles. It's just not going to be your conventional wrestler double. It's going to be a double off of Kevin Holland's big right hand. When he crashes and overextends, de Ridder's going to come right underneath, get onto the hips, put him down. My question is, can Kevin Holland get up? And if he does get up once, can he continue to get up? Because de Ridder is literally going to just like spam takedowns all day long, man. That's the game plan. He did it in one championship. He's come to the UFC, and if you can do it to GM3, I'm very confident that you can do it to Kevin Holland or another fighter with not as good takedown defense or grappling proficiency, even though Kevin Holland is a black belt, a Travis Lutter black belt. So, you know, no disrespect there. But this is the big question, man. We're going back to it. It's your prop lock. Let's just like refresh for the people. 1.5 rounds is the over, minus 185 for the over, plus 155 for the under. When I originally tracked it, might have been a different odd that I showed earlier, but remind the people what's the play.
Yeah, over all day long. I still like the over, Derek. I'm doubling down on it. I do think with how dangerous Kevin Holland is on the feet and how well he knows that de Ridder is skilled on the ground, I don't see them just instantly right off the bat going and hunting each other down, right? I do see them playing the game, playing the chess, opening up about 6 minutes into the fight, so a minute into round 2, and then getting past that 7.5 minute mark. We'll see if we can get it done, because I agree with you, Derek. This one's an interesting one because both fighters have the ability to end the fight early.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if 60 seconds happens and somebody's knocked out or submitted or whatever. Like, you can't be mad. That's just kind of part of this matchup right here. But I don't really have anything else on this matchup other than it's going to be that type of fight. Should be exciting. Kevin Holland, we know he always puts on a fun show, and de Ridder is going to definitely make him work on this one. So the final play right here, since Reinier de Ridder is a consensus pick, and since he is now officially, when I'm looking at the numbers, moved to a favorite, minus 115, are you happy with that price tag? At plus money or at even odds, I was very, very happy to take him. But if this keeps trending higher and higher, I don't know how confident I'll be.
Yeah, I don't know how confident I'd be. Anything past like 130, Derek, I'm getting a little hesitant on de Ridder right there, especially with how his gas tank looked in the GM3 fight. Because if he's not able to finish Kevin Holland, if Kevin Holland is able to get up, which I don't think so, then it's going to be looking like a very, very tough fight going forward. Before the de Ridder pick, man, I do like, plus 285 submission. It's his best prop on the board. It's his best way to get it done. Hopefully he gets it done at about 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's a real value play right there. If you're heavy on de Ridder and you think that's the play, go ahead and jump on that sub prop right there. Otherwise, it's fair. Minus 115, that's a fair price tag. Go ahead and run it. And yeah, there we go. Consensus pick, baby. Reinier de Ridder. Let's go.